you decide that you don't love them anymore. So where does that love go to? Which place, which planet? It's so beautiful. This book is so beautiful. Oh my god, I don't think I can recover from this book for another 1 week or something. I'm not going to read anything for another week. I'm just going to resent at the fact that I finished this book. Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about Jennifer Niven's brand new book Breathless. I have written down some points that I want to include in this video because in my last video I almost forgot every major plot point. This time I have written it down and I hope I cover everything. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Let us begin from the end. The ending is so beautiful. It is heart-wrenching. It's not exactly a sad ending, but it's not exactly a happy ending either. They are both like happily apart, which is beautiful. This concept is so beautiful and I crave such endings. So I give like a 10 on 10 for the ending of this book. This book ends very beautifully. I mean, some people won't like it. I mean, if you are into happy endings, if you want the characters to end up together, it's not for you. But I don't know, happy endings are not realistic. They're not. Let us talk about the storyline. We follow the protagonist Claudine Llewellyn Henry. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. We follow her journey right from the moment when she comes to know that her parents are going to get divorced and she didn't actually see it coming ever. And then we see that her mother takes her off to this secluded island in Georgia, and we see her journey of self-development on that island. There Claude meets Jeremiah Crew, who is kind of a rebel kid. I mean, he's not exactly a rebel. People see him as a troubled kid because he was a juvie. He came on that island as a juvie, but Shirley and Bram, they saw the potential in this child and they helped him develop into this amazing person who is a photographer, who has this craving for art. He is like, Jeremiah Crew is a beautiful character. I think his character is my most favorite in this book, Jeremiah Crew. Or maybe Claude. No, Claude, I like Claude for her character development, but I like Jeremiah Crew's character in general. I really like his character. Let us discuss some other characters in this book. There is Addie, whose house is in Georgia, I mean where Claude and her mother are living. That house belongs to Addie, who is her aunt. I don't remember the exact relationship, but Addie is the aunt of Claude. Then there's other characters on the island. Jared, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly also. And Wednesday. I think Wednesday, her character is so beautiful. She is almost the replica of Claude, but not exactly Claude. I mean, nobody can be like Claude. Okay, why the hell is this motorcycle? Why is this man going? Oh my god. You know what? Do it, do it. I'm sweating like an idiot here. It's so humid today, and just to show this video, I have turned my fan off. You see the dedication, you see the dedication level, and now this man is going like vroom 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 with his motorcycle. What do I have to talk about next? Yeah, the history. They won't shut up. Okay, fine, I'll just continue. The next point of discussion is the history of Blackwoods, aka Chlorine Blackwood and Tilly Blackwood. I think the inclusion of the history in a young adult fiction book, it's kind of interesting. It makes the plot interesting. Now, I'm not saying it's like very interesting like a fantasy novel or something, no. I mean, it's her own family history, it's the lineage we're talking about. Chlorine Blackwood is this person after whom Claude has been named, of course, and her mother was Tilly Blackwood, who killed herself because of the heart-wrenching pain of losing her baby and also a few other family members, I don't remember, but yeah. And Chlorine Blackwood is like this very bold personality. The main mystery is Tilly Blackwood because she left nothing, like literally nothing, no piece of evidence why she died, who she was, what kind of relation she had with other people. Nothing was left behind, which is why Tilly Blackwood is a history. I mean, Tilly Blackwood is a mystery. Tilly Blackwood is a mystery, and Claude and her mother are trying to decipher this whole mystery. For basically, Claude's mother went to this Georgia island to write her own book, but we see that it affected Claude so much, all these experiences and joy and Jeremiah Crew, that instead of her mother, Claude started writing her own novel, which is, I think, such a beautiful thing about this book. Claude finds herself on that island where she dreaded, like for day 1 and 2 and 3 or something, she dreaded to stay on that island. She did not want to stay on that island. But then by the end, we see that she has become so attached to that island and the people on that island, especially Jeremiah Crew and Jared and Wednesday and Emery. And also there was Grady. Claude kind of kissed Grady when she was in a relationship with Jeremiah, which also stirred a bit of drama in between. We see that Jeremiah Crew is a very matured character. He just lets go of it. I mean, if I was in the place of Jeremiah Crew, I don't know, I wouldn't have acted like that, which makes me think that I'm a very unmatured idiot. The element that was also marketed along with this book is the sex factor. I mean, not exactly. I mean, it was not very detailed or anything. There were only like 2 explicit scenes, and they were not exactly explicit either. I mean, 2 scenes talking about sex. Her first time, and also one more time when Jeremiah kind of gives in and he tries to understand what Claude really wants. In general, this book has made me mature in so many ways. Now here are the few reasons why I would recommend this book to you. This book is about self-discovery. This book is about character development, and this book is also about maturing. This book also has some beautiful characters. You will kind of relate to at least one of these characters. These characters are beautiful. Did I mention the fact that Claude also finds out that her dad has this extramarital affair with a woman named Michelle, and because of his mistress and his love affair, Claude kind of tries to hate him, but we see that she cannot exactly hate him because her dad does not hate her. It's just that relationships are complicated and love is complicated, which is explained in this book beautifully. Like Jeremiah and Claude, her mom and her dad, Saz and Yvonne, they all have this whole like complication of love. I think it's beautiful. My favorite chapter from this book is Day 32, Part 2, when Jeremiah Crew leaves without telling Claude. I think that is my favorite part of the entire book. The ending is my favorite part of the entire book. Now I have marked a lot of pages, like not a lot, but a few pages. The green ones are the situations that I liked. I hope you all can see it. The greens one are the few situations that I liked. The pink ones are quotes and metaphors and everything, and orange ones depict some parts that I like personally relate to. I think they have a significance personally to me. I mean, not exactly to the plot, but I kind of related to those parts. But there's only like 2 orange flags, so you get that. Now that I've ranted so much about this book and the fact that it is an absolute bliss, here is my favorite quote from this book. Let me read it out. You were my first, not just sex, although that was part of it, but the first to look past everything else into me. ... And I don't want to forget what I went through, what I thought, what I felt, who I was. I don't want to forget you, but most of all, I don't want to forget me. That thing that I don't want to forget me, you see, she admits that Jeremiah Crew is the reason for her self-discovery. And this is my favorite quote or paragraph or whatever. I also like this, I don't know, metaphorical resemblance in this paragraph where Claude is talking about the fact that her parents loved each other until one day her dad decided not to. So where does all this discarded love go to? Like, in what place does it go to? And you know, how if people are picking through and collecting the strongest, biggest pieces and trying to make something of them again. I think this is actually very thoughtful. Like, where does all the discarded love go to? You love someone one day and then you decide that you don't love them anymore. So, where does that love go to? Which place, which planet? It's so beautiful. This book is so beautiful. Oh my god. I don't think I can recover from this book for another 1 week or something. I'm not going to read anything for another week. I'm just going to resent at the fact that I finished this book. This book is an absolute recommendation from me. You should definitely read it. That is it for today. I hope you stayed till the end. If you did, comment down below your favorite young adult fiction book. I'll check it out. I mean, I really crave young adult. And I hope I did not bore you with my rant. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which I don't know when it is going to come out, but bye for now.